And welcome to the very first real episode of Back to the Island. I'm currently recording this voiceover in DaVinci Resolve. I'm trying out new things. Recording the gameplay footage was already kind of a hassle, kind of an experience, but I'm sure I'm gonna get better with things in the coming days because I'm gonna have a lot of practice doing this every single day. So Timmy and Tommy have welcomed us to the Deserted Island Getaway package, and I'm going through the motions of setting all my information. My name, which is Mari of course, my birthday, March 4th, which is my actual birthday. If you want to congratulate me when the time comes, please feel free to do so. The looks will have to do for now. Obviously, there's not a lot of options for me right now, but once I get access to a mirror in-game, I can design my character the way I like it. Next, I get to pick the hemisphere, which is the northern one since I do live in Europe. It's gonna be quite interesting starting the game in winter, because when I played in 2020, I played for, let's say March until sometime in autumn, meaning I didn't get to experience a lot of the snowy landscape and the events. As for the island layout, I told myself I wouldn't be safe scumming and resetting to get something perfect. I looked at the 4 options and chose one where I have access to the big rocky area quite early, because I like that for farming those wharf beetles, I guess their name is. And in general, it looks like an okay island layout to work with. I'm not too picky. Okay, enough setup. I think it's time to see our island. Who's this, you may wonder? This is my VTuber model, and sometimes I'll use it to give real-time reactions to situations. It's time. I wonder if the icon means that I have a blue airport. That would be nice. I don't really care about the color, but blue would be nice. I don't remember if this icon is just always blue. Awkward loading time. Oh, peaches! I'm good with that. Can I see my flowers? No. Oh god, what villagers do I get? That's the most important part. I'm not gonna reset. I might reset? Sure. It's Tank and some monkey. Oh no. Peaches are nice though. And what flowers do I have? Can I see? Do flowers bloom in winter? I don't know. Hello. Shari. I mean, I think she's okay. I'm not super into monkeys, but I think she's okay. Sisterly villagers are all kind of ugh. But Tank is really bad. Okay, still reeling a bit from the shock of those two initial villagers. Alas, the island life is awaiting me. We get the tent package from... Was it Timmy? Was it Tommy? I don't know, one of them. And I scout around a little bit, trying to find a good spot for it. I decided to put my tent pretty close to the main plaza for now, since it's gonna be where I need to go a lot of times. I can always move my house later when I have a nice place for it. And since no one on this island can do anything without me, I'm gonna go help my two initial villagers pick their tent locations as well. Shari, I do think she's kind of cute. I think I can handle her for a bit. Honestly, I didn't have a big thought for where I was gonna put their tents. I just put them to the side a little bit so I had a lot of place to work with in the center of the map. And as with my own house, I can always move them later. That's not gonna be an issue. And then I spent way too much time looking for Tank to put up his tent. I swear this guy wants me to hate him. I put him kinda in the far corner as a revenge. But I'm gonna try to warm up to him. I do think that every villager is someone's favorite, or at least someone's top 10. So I don't want to badmouth him in any way. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll grow on me. So with all that settled, I could finally return to the plaza and get the party started. Is what I would have said if Tom Nook didn't make me go and collect sticks and peaches. But alas, as I said earlier, nothing on this island gets done if I don't do it. So this is just a small step in my way to, what is it, world domination? No, resident representative. Yeah, that's the goal. One last thing before we can get the party really started. The island needs a name. And I chose to suggest the same name that my island had in 2020, just to keep with the program. I'm not sure, I think it was a friend of mine who came up with the pun. I don't claim to be the person who came up with it, but Mari Gaskar is gonna be the name of my island. And yeah, that gives me warm and fuzzy feelings. And here we go, resident representative, that's what I wanted. So now we can start drinking. Okay, he's actually kind of cute. I like that he has a high voice and not a really deep one. And I think that jocks, they tend to have pretty cute dialogue. Shari? Cheeky. I like her catchphrase. Cheeky is very cute. She is very cheeky. Hello. Yes. Not tired yet. I know what kind of a nap that will be. It's the kind of nap where you wake up and you don't know where you are or when you are because it starts a new day. Yeah, okay. Let's go to bed. Ooh. Right, I need a bed. Gifts. Good night. What? Oh. Turn on the lamp. Yeah. Radio. Eh. Right in the middle? Sure. Good night. And here we go. First real day on the island. I headed over to Tom Nook's tent to get a little bit of an introduction to DIY. And after collecting a few more sticks, I think it was just sticks, yeah, I was able to craft both a fishing rod and a net. So on my merry way I went, shaking trees on the island and just looking for critters all around. Obviously anything bug-like I could catch with my net and yeah, catch some fish in the ocean or the river. Shaking trees also yielded a few bells, some extra sticks, and one piece of furniture, a basketball hoop that I sold off later because I don't want it. On my way, I ran into Shari, who thanked me for picking such a nice place for her tent, and in return she gave me a DIY recipe, so that was really nice. It's for a leaf umbrella, which can be made from the weeds that are growing everywhere. Very practical. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll like you. When I tried fishing, I ran into a bit of a problem. You see, most people who play Animal Crossing, they listen for a certain sound when the fish pulls the bobber underwater, and then they hit the A button to reel in. Since I'm using a bit of an old or cheap capture card for my Switch, there's a considerable audio delay. It's not super bad for most of the gameplay, but it made fishing pretty much impossible, at least going by ear. So I instead opened my eyes and looked at the fish and waited for them to pull the bobber below, and that let me catch some fish. But this might not be enough for the harder to catch ones. You have to have really good timing on some of the more tricky fish. So we'll see how this goes. Either I'll upgrade my capture card or I'll need to play in handheld mode to catch some of those fish. We will see. For the time being, I was able to catch 2 fish, and that was enough to reach my quota of 5 critters, together with the 3 bugs I caught earlier. With the 5 critters in my bag, I headed over to Tom Nook and showed them to him. He wouldn't take them all at once, so I had to give them one by one, but he gave me some rewards in turn. I got a few more DIY recipes and access to the Critterpedia, which I would be consulting a lot in the future, since it's one of my goals to complete it. And the biggest goal of all of it is unlocking Blathers. Tom Nook got a call from him and gave me a tent so I could set up for Blathers to arrive the next day. Perfect. Tom Nook had also given me 5 red pansy seeds, which was perfect since with the new DIYs for the flimsy axe and the watering can, I could go and tackle one of my other goals, which was breeding flowers. So that is what I went for next. With my axe in hand, I went and ravaged a few trees. Finding softwood is usually rather easy. Hardwood is the one that's kind of rare. So after just a very short trip outside, I had enough to craft my watering can. And then I turned my attention to Timmy, that's a lot of T's, oh my god, and bought several flower seeds from him. He had yellow varieties of pansy, mum, and tulip. Tulip, by the way, seems to be my native flower. I saw some on the cliffs in the back. And with the red pansy seeds from earlier, I was gonna be able to already start crossbreeding. Yellow and red would give me, I don't know if they're called orange, they are literally red, yellow and red. And I was just gonna keep some of the other ones for the future because Timmy would have a rotating stock, and as soon as I could combine 2 of the other colors, I would do that. I'm following a guide from way back then, but I think it's pretty accurate. And I'm gonna set all my flowers in a pair pattern. That way I can ensure that if they crossbreed, they will only crossbreed with their neighbor, and that way I can control the outcome very, very well. Another update on Blathers, I did remember to pick a place for his tent at some point. And throughout the play session I also caught 3 more critters that I set next to my tent, soon to be house, to give to him tomorrow. And the hat that you'll see me sporting in the upcoming clips was actually a gift from Tank. Dude is either trying to buy my sympathy or maybe he's a genuinely nice guy. Jury's still out. Okay, Blathers done, flowers done. What's left? Paying off my loan. Nook told me I need 5,000 miles to do that, so please enjoy this little clip of me shooting my very first balloon out of the sky, and be ready for a little montage. And done. Yeah, with those 5,000 miles, I paid off my, I guess, travel and tent and everything. And I immediately asked Tom Nook to also upgrade my tent to a house. I do think the guy gets way too much hate, considering he works first and asks for money later, and it's also like an interest-free loan that you can pay off whenever. So yeah, I'm a fan, really. He also gave me access to the Nook Miles Plus program, which is kind of like side quests, daily quests, a good way to earn more miles in the future. And with that, I was kind of done with the first day. However, I wanted to achieve one more thing. I had just unlocked buying things with Nook Miles, and I know that there's some really good quality of life stuff in there, such as an inventory upgrade and the tool ring. And the latter is something that I really want, so I told myself, why not check out the new daily quest Nook Miles Plus things, because you do get like 5 of them that have a double mile bonus. So I checked out what kind of tasks there were and tried to gather some more miles just to get that. And it wasn't really too much work. One very embarrassing group stretching session, a little bit more of critter catching, and I had the tool ring in my hand, or in my phone, I guess? Guys, I'm done. Oh my god. Editor Mari here. I mean, all of this has been Editor Mari, really. This took me like 7 hours so far, and I'm not even done yet. So, yeah. I learned a lot editing this. I would appreciate any kind of feedback you can give me. In terms of too much voiceover, too many montages, give me more music, give me less music, I don't know, any kind of thoughts you have while watching, like, ooh, I don't like this, or ooh, this could be better, please let me know. For the first day, yeah, I achieved everything I wanted to. We advanced the main story as far as needed. Blathers is going to be there tomorrow. I upgraded from a tent to a house as well. Set up some flowers. And I got the tool ring. Yeah, all pretty good. And tomorrow... is it going to be shorter? I don't know. But it might not be as fragmented. I do hope. We shall see. Thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow.